It's 5:37 on this Friday morning, getting you into the weekend. A bit of a split this weekend into September, and then Sunday, October officially here. We will have some seasonal temperatures this weekend, but before we get there, you got to grab the umbrella because we are talking about some rain this morning. And then, are the 30s making a comeback? There are many signs that as we go into October, especially the first week, we will have yet another spell of heat across the GTA. Could it get as hot as 30? We're going to show you some of those numbers in a second. First up, though, let's talk about this rain because we do have this system coming in. Some scattered showers, isolated thunderstorms associated with this as well. At the moment, the GTA is dry, and if you're traveling to work within the 6 o'clock hour, even the 7 o'clock hour, I think you should be okay. More cloud cover is building, but this is slowly sinking to the south. So I'm thinking more for the 8 o'clock hour, perhaps when the kids are walking to school. That's when the wet weather will be here across the GTA. You can see right now we are still in the clear. Places like Kitchener, Guelph, good morning to you, getting it a little bit earlier. Barrie as well than what we'll see in Toronto. So we're going to time this out for you throughout the morning show this morning. This afternoon, 16 degrees in Toronto with some showers. 16, that's it. Yesterday our daytime high was 17. After a week of being in the 30s, it was feeling fresh yesterday, wasn't it? Here's a look at the future radar, and you can see this system sort of brings us some lingering showers even into the evening. This is a pause point here of about 8 p.m. So if you're planning your weekend, your Friday night, looks like these showers could be sticking around into Friday evening for us. Temperature-wise this evening, fresh again, 14 degrees, feels like 12, and look at those winds. That's a gross wind, a north wind, 33 kilometers an hour, gusting closer to 40. Yeah, you're going to feel that today. As we look ahead at tomorrow morning, high pressure rolls back into place, and we have a great day as we look at tomorrow. High pressure is going to be the story all weekend long. So for you, that means brilliant sunshine, clear conditions, seasonal temperatures come with it as well. 16 degrees in Toronto as we look at Saturday, and then this is the first day of October. 18 in Toronto, 19 in Hamilton and Barrie. And this year is just a reminder of what seasonal looks like as we look ahead at tomorrow and then go throughout October. October is the month where seasonal falls fast. This month, though, things could be a little different for us, and we're going to chat about that, our expectations for our upcoming month throughout the show. Before we go here, just want to show you the gardener this morning. Feeling a little cool out there this morning. You may think, yep, I'm turning the heater on in the car. It's only 9 degrees right now at Pearson. A northerly wind is really going to pick up today, and that northerly wind paired with these cooler conditions, bringing in the rain as well. Today is not going to be the greatest day, I have to tell you. But hey, it's Friday, so that makes it better, right? As we look here at this system, this is going to be tracking across Huron and Georgian Bay. We see it this morning. It is dipping further to the south here. Places like Windsor really just getting a cusp of this rain, not a whole lot of it. But us in the GTA, we're pretty much smack in the middle of where this rainfall is headed. As we take a closer look at the radar here, you can see we are nice and dry, but those showers are starting to push closer into the Greater Toronto region. So we're going to time this out for you this morning. We're thinking for Toronto through the 8 o'clock hour. That's when the showers should hit. Now, how much rainfall are we talking with this? Well, Barrie and north up to Cottage Country, about 25 millimeters on the high end here. Within the GTA, generally about 5 to 10, but we do have the risk of seeing a thunderstorm. So remember, if your neighborhood gets a thunderstorm, you could be seeing a lot more rainfall than, let's say, the next city or the next town over to you. So Toronto is in that risk of a thunderstorm as we go into the afternoon. Winds and heavy rainfall going to be the greatest threat with these, and temperature-wise today, yeah, you need some layers. You don't need flip-flops today. 16 degrees in Toronto. Barrie, only 12 degrees, and we are just 7 in Huntsville. Now, the silver lining with this is conditions are improving. This evening, those showers will taper down. We're 14 degrees in Toronto this evening, and then into the weekend, high pressure is in place, and it's a beautiful area of high pressure with seasonal conditions. All right, I want to talk international stories now because Puerto Rico still, I would love to get to Iceland, but of course, not when the scenario looks like that. The east side of the island is actually the side that's usually a little less traveled. I one time did plan a trip to Iceland. It never happened, so I actually feel like I know a lot about the island, but still got to get back there. All right, a very good morning to you. You're watching the Weather Network. I'm Rachel Schoutsen. Today, we are looking at the potential for storms, for showers, even water spouts across the lower Great Lakes as well. So today's going to be a wet day, and with with a north wind today. I'll tell you, it really is not going to be the greatest day. It's not going to feel too good out there. This is a look at the future radar. Showers track in throughout the morning hours. They're spotty throughout the afternoon. Even in the evening, looks like we could get another round of them just around dinner time. So we're not going to see a clear day today. Clearing through the overnight and then into tomorrow morning, the forecast is looking better. But you can see overnight conditions for us, 6 degrees in Barrie, 6 in Guelph, 8 in Hamilton. It's going to be a cool night for us, and those winds could be gusting close to 40 kilometers an hour. As we get you into the weekend, it's all good news from here. High pressure rolls in. We have a stunning weekend ahead. Lots of sunshine, a little bit below seasonal here, but that sun is really going to help to make you feel warm and say, hey, October is almost here. So how does that forecast look for the first week of the new month? Well, your Long Ranger starts right now. We actually warm up a little bit into Sunday, 18 degrees with lots of sunshine. And by the way, Nuit Blanche happening in Toronto that Saturday overnight into Sunday, and we have perfect conditions for you to be outdoors attending that awesome event in this city. Now, what do we look like as we move forward throughout this week? Temperatures should be falling as we go throughout the first week of October. October is a month where seasonal changes very fast. Week by week, we lose about 2 degrees each week. But as we go into Monday, we're 21 in Toronto, 20 in Barrie. Lots of sunshine. And as we look at next week, there's lots of signals here that we are going to see a rise in the jet stream yet again, and that mild air is coming back into southern Ontario and really across the east, even Quebec feeling this warm up as well. As we take a look at the pattern across the country, we really can't please everyone. We have Calgary here, only 3 degrees after some snow that's likely Sunday into Monday, and then Toronto at 22. The jet stream, especially in these shoulder seasons, tells a really big story when we talk about what kind of temperatures we will be feeling. So expect dry conditions next week and also fairly warm as we start off October. All right, when we come back, Force of Nature is coming up next. We take you to Bangkok, Thailand, where thunderstorms rolled over the city. 6:06 a.m. Couple of our headlines this morning. Rain. Yeah, grab the umbrella. We are seeing it track closer and closer to Toronto this morning. Seasonal weekend ahead. We have lots of sunshine and some pretty perfect temperatures for the end of September, in my opinion. We'll share those with you coming up. And also, are the 30s making a comeback? We see yet another potential for temperatures to spike. But before we get there, of course, let's talk about this morning. As you're dressing yourself, you're dressing the kids, sending them off to school and work, well, we need to think waterproof today. The umbrella, you should have it with you. Sandals, not going to be the best option today, as it's going to be wet, and we're also going to be seeing cooler air. It's basically a bit of a south wind this morning, switching to a north wind as we go throughout the day today. And with this here, this area of low pressure, it's small, but it's enough to bring us the rainfall across the GTA. We really haven't had a system that's brought us widespread rain much at all this month. Over the past 20 days, we haven't seen it. So now that's coming to an end here. And it looks like within the 8 o'clock hour, that's when Toronto is going to be back into some of these showers. Forecast for this afternoon, 16 degrees. That's it. And I know this says south wind here, but it's that south wind changing to a north wind. So it's going to be a fresh day today, and we could be seeing some gusts over 30 kilometers an hour. So with the damp air mass, I don't think it's going to feel too great out there. We also run the risk of seeing a thunderstorm as well. This is widespread across southern Ontario. Better chance along the Huron shores, and there's also a better chance too across the south tip of Huron and Erie to be seeing some waterspouts today. As this cooler air filters in aloft the relatively warm Great Lakes, we have a bit of spin there. Looks like we could be seeing some waterspouts. And of course, not a great threat to those of you on land, but if you do happen to be out on the water today, they can be dangerous. As we take a look at these temperatures here into this evening, 14 degrees in Toronto, 9 in Newmarket. These showers still persisting through the evening hours. They're quite spotty throughout the afternoon and tapering off through the evening, but you do have to wait until we get into Saturday before we see a real dose of clear weather, sunny skies, perfect conditions into the weekend. And really, this weekend does look fantastic for any outdoor activities. Temperature-wise into the morning, 9 degrees, 6 in Markham, Newmarket. So it's going to be a cool start. As you walk the dog on Saturday morning, you're going to need to layer up. But as we go into the afternoon, we got 18 degrees on Sunday in Toronto. It's really a beautiful forecast as we go throughout this weekend. All right, let's talk traffic this morning as the routes are just starting to fill in. It's the weekend. We've got your events right here and also your fall colors report. That is just ahead. And this weekend we are half into September, half into October. October officially here on Sunday. And you can roll in October by attending Nuit Blanche, an iconic event for Toronto. And I'm happy to tell you the weather will be perfect for this as you take a look at some amazing sights through the overnight Saturday and in through Sunday. Oktoberfest, hey, lots of events like this happening. And this one is taking place in Toronto this weekend at Ontario Place. So I'm sure there's going to be a lot of fun there and some really nice weather to enjoy some Oktoberfest events. Now the fall colors, they are looking absolutely stunning. This is what Huntsville was looking like on a road trip. We have perfect conditions to do so, and the colors are really starting to change. Kawarthas, Minden, Haliburton, about 50 to 60% change. The Muskokas, about 20 to 30, and here within the GTA and down to Niagara, about 10 to 20. And if you go on that road trip, of course, we would love to hear from you. Share your photos and your videos with us. It's Friday morning, the last Friday of September, and I'm so glad you've made us a part of your day. It's good to see you. You're watching the Weather Network, and just want to give you a little dose of reality here of what we have experienced. Weather over the past 5 days at Pearson. We go from our hottest day of the year to that July heat to, wow, right into the middle of fall. Yesterday's daytime high, only 17 degrees, and today, we're only 16 for the daytime high with a north wind, with some rain. It's not going to feel too pleasant today. Some of the heaviest rainfall will be north of the GTA up towards Barrie, around the south tip of Georgian Bay. Cottage Country, we could be seeing about 25 millimeters of rain with this system. The showers are rolling in throughout the morning, spotty for us throughout the afternoon, and we could even hold on to them in the evening hours as well. Another thing we're going to watch out for today, well, that is some thunderstorms. Embedded within this rainfall, all non-severe, but it could bring in some heavy rain. So we say 5 to 10 millimeters for the GTA, but remember, if your community does see a thunderstorm, well, that's when your rainfall totals can really increase when you compare to the next city beside you or the next town beside you too. So thunderstorms we're watching, rain, thunderstorms, and water spouts. That's another issue we could have today as that cooler air filters in over the warm Great Lakes, so especially Huron and Erie. So this is the system. This is what's bringing us all of that action today, but quickly in behind it, this is coming in. High pressure in place. And we'll have your weekend forecast in a second, but right now, Nathan Coleman answers this question. Why did the chicken cross the road? The smell of fresh donuts? Yeah, I'd be crossing the road too. Maybe I'm putting some ideas in your head of what you should have for breakfast this morning. As we take you into your weekend forecast, high pressure is in place. This is a stunning weekend ahead. We really have some amazing conditions. Saturday morning, a bit chilly out there, especially in Barrie, in Guelph, only 5 degrees, but into the afternoon, we're up to 16. It's Friday morning. Thanks so much for making the Weather Network a part of your day. I'm Rachel Schoutsen, Michelle Mackey with us. And Michelle, yesterday, you want to know what I did?
Always.
I changed over my closet. I took out all of the summer clothes and I put in all of the fall stuff.
Unbelievable.
I'm
But
so
Rachel,
organized.
Rachel, the cool down is not going to last very long. There's a warm up coming and we'll talk more about that. But good morning to you in Southern Ontario. The cloud cover is really beginning to build in, and we know we have a bit of a rainy start to the day.
Yeah, and look at the change here. This is what made me think, hey, I'm changing over the closet. Did you wear a jacket yesterday?
You know what? I refused.
You
I'm
did?
one of those people, I just take a stand against the cool weather. I refuse to wear a sweater, but I think I might have to today because we're only topping out at 16 in Toronto, 19 for Windsor, and we know that we have some rain and, Rachel, potentially some thunderstorms.
Yeah, basically, we're seeing this chunk of rain. It's really not that big. Basically, anywhere from about Windsor through the GTA over to Kingston, likely to get into some of those showers, but closer to the GTA, that's the risk of a thunderstorm up towards Cottage Country as well. So we're talking generally here about 10 to 20 millimeters of rain. When we say 20, up to you in Barrie, about 5 to 10 for Toronto.
Okay, now we're kind of missing most of this rain in southern Quebec. Places like Gatineau, maybe a sprinkle this afternoon, but then things really clear out through the overnight. But because it's cooling down as well, frost advisories blanket the region.
Nice. Would you wear a sweater if you had a frost advisory?
You know, Rachel, we keep coming back to this, and my answer holds true. I can almost like sense something is coming. There's a pause, and it's like, I'm going to
get it in right now. But yeah, it is going to be cool. Look at Saturday morning, 8 degrees in Montreal. That is it. And hey, frost warnings. You in Newfoundland, good to see you this morning. You have a frost warning as well as that rainfall because it's pretty heavy on the Avalon today.
Yeah, absolutely. We have an additional 10 to 20 millimeters. But the good news is by the time we get to around noon hour, things are going to start to clear out, and you can see actually that moisture leaving. But Rachel, with that wraparound northerly flow, potential for some sea effect showers.
All right, we are going to take a look at your long range forecast and also the potential for water spouts today. All right, so be on the lookout, especially southern Huron as well as Erie.
Okay, things are warming up into next week. You'll feel that temperature change, and you can find out more in your local forecast coming up after that.
6:37 on this Friday morning, and the rain is approaching. If you leave now in Toronto and it takes you less than an hour to get to work, you should be okay. But we are seeing these showers track in basically through Toronto about the 8 o'clock hour. Outside of Toronto, we look at Barrie. It's going to happen a little bit sooner for you. Even Kitchener, Cambridge, good morning to you. Within the 7 o'clock hour, I think you're going to start to see some raindrops passing by. So grab that umbrella. I want you to know it's a seasonal weekend ahead. We are not going to feel like July this weekend like what we saw last. It's going to feel like September, start of October on Sunday, and then are the 30s making a comeback? That's a question we've been asking because we do see the potential to get very warm during the first week of October. Today, rain. We are tracking a system. It is moving by. Embedded with it could be some thunderstorms. We're looking at some cooler air aloft as well, and that drives up the risk of actually seeing a water spout as well across the Great Lakes. So this here is a live look at the radar. You can see this heavier band of moisture just approaching the GTA, but as we take a closer look, you can see we are still nice and dry, but these showers, they certainly are coming for us within the next hour or so. Kitchener and Guelph, yeah, you're going to be into some of that wet weather. Brantford, good morning to you. Same kind of story. As we take a look at these temperatures, well, today is not going to be too warm. With the cool rain, the strong wind, it's going to be a kind of a miserable day, I'm thinking anyways. Don't wear sandals today. Your feet are going to be cold. 16 degrees in Toronto. Only 12 in Barrie. That's it. 12 in Barrie. And these showers are going to stick with us as we go throughout the afternoon and even into the evening hours. Look, this is a snapshot here of around 9 p.m. Looks like we could see another round of rain specifically for Toronto. So we're not going to be in the clear tonight, but tomorrow, oh yeah, high pressure is in place. We have gorgeous conditions for tomorrow. This evening, 14 degrees. Look at that wind. North wind, 33 kilometers an hour. That is a nasty wind as we look at this evening and throughout the overnight. That will really make you feel cool. And then into tomorrow morning, that is some fresh air. As you walk the dog on Saturday morning, you will need to layer up. That's for sure. Saturday afternoon, 16 in Toronto. And then look at this, first day of October, and we are 18. Beautiful, 18 degrees across the Greater Toronto region. All right, let me take you out onto the roads because we are looking at an issue here. Hey, it's great to have you along with us. 6:46 a.m. on this Friday morning, and it's a cool Friday morning with approaching showers. Look at this here. We're only 10 degrees right now in Toronto. The winds are calm, and we're going to see a bit of a south wind changing to a north wind today. So pair a north wind with cool conditions and some rain. I'll tell you, it's going to feel like one of those kind of gross fall days. I don't have a better word for it. I don't like this weather today. Do not wear sandals today. You will be cold, but hey, the silver lining in all this, it's Friday. We can get through anything, right? Here's a look at the radar this morning. We're starting to see this band of rain push across southern Ontario. As we take a closer look, you can see it is just on your doorstep in places like Kitchener, coming closer to you in Brantford and Guelph. So we're going to watch for this morning. I'm thinking within the 8 o'clock hour, this rainfall should be within the city of Toronto. And you know, it's been quite some time since we tracked an actual area of low pressure bringing rainfall across southern Ontario. This is widespread rain. Up through Cottage Country, south tip of Georgian Bay through Barrie. On the high end, we could see about 25 millimeters. For the GTA Golden Horseshoe, we're thinking about 5 to 10 millimeters of rain. But remember, thunderstorms are in the forecast. Embedded with this, heavy downpours, strong winds, that will be the greatest threat with this. So let's say Barrie sees a thunderstorm, but Innisfil does not get a thunderstorm. Well, Barrie's totals are going to be a lot higher than what we'll see in Innisfil. So locally, we could get higher than 20 millimeters of rain. Just putting it out there. Let's talk temperatures here, because as we go into the afternoon, it's a cool day. Barrie only 12, Huntsville only 7, 16 degrees in Toronto. We're technically now a little bit below seasonal, and as we go into this evening, likely to hold on to some of those showers. Now, we are going to be talking about the weekend forecast and what the first week of October holds. Yes, your Long Ranger is coming up in our next segment. But right now, I want to talk about this, an international story, of course, when we look. Grab an umbrella. I know it's not raining right now in Toronto, but these showers, yeah, they are tracking in. We are looking at a wet morning for us and really a wet day ahead. We see the potential for on and off showers through the afternoon and even into the evening as well. So the glimmer of hope here is Your weekend, high pressure in place, seasonal conditions, lots of sunshine. The weekend, I'm telling you, it looks amazing. We can get through the rain today. And then are the 30s making a comeback? We are noticing many signs in our long range forecast as we go into next week that we will be seeing this ridge building yet again in the jet stream. That's the rise in the jet stream. And that allows some warmer air to filter into our backyard. So just how warm will we get? Well, we're going to talk about that throughout the show. Just want to show you this here. The rain that's coming in today, scattered showers, embedded thunderstorms likely with this as well. This is a live look at the radar, and we've just watched this chunk of rain essentially continue to make its way further to the south, further to the east. And you can see Kitchener, good morning to you. Rain is just on your doorstep this morning. Within the 7 o'clock hour, we're going to be getting into those showers. About an hour's time from now, I'm thinking in Toronto, that's when you're going to be into some of this rainfall. So for the rush hour commute, routes like the Don Valley Parkway, I'll show you the live shot here. We are still nice and dry this morning. And earlier we did have some issues on the DVP, but now those are gone. Okay, as we take you and show you your weather into the afternoon, temperature-wise, 16. That's it. It's going to be cool, but this is closer to seasonal than what we have been seeing. Of course, those temperatures into the 30s, that was weird. That was abnormal for us. We shouldn't have been there. This is closer to where we should be. Remember, October is here on Sunday. This is the thunderstorm risk today. You can see it's widespread. It encompasses all of the GTA, especially off to the west of us here, over through Hamilton, along the Huron shores. Bit of a better potential. And we are going to be watching out for the risk of some waterspouts today, too. We have this cooler air filtering in aloft. The Great Lakes are warm. It's 23 degrees. That's the water temperature of Lake Ontario right now. Pretty incredible for the end of September. So we do have the right ingredients there to see a little bit of spin. Some waterspouts likely. All right, this evening, we're 14 in Toronto, 9 in Newmarket. Like I mentioned, the potential to hold on to some of those showers. Yeah, we see it. Patio weather, dinner in the backyard. I don't think so this evening. But as we go into tomorrow, this area of low pressure, it's out of here. Bit of cloud cover maybe throughout the morning, but high pressure is quickly coming in and it's sprawling out across the south and it's stabilizing itself across the lower Great Lakes. And we're going to see high pressure Saturday, Sunday into Monday. Next week looking mainly dry and temperatures on the rise. It's going to be a cold start on Saturday morning, 9 in Toronto, 6 in Newmarket. But as we go into the afternoon, we're a little bit below seasonal here, but on Sunday, 18 for that daytime high, 19 in Mississauga. We have a brilliant forecast as we go throughout this weekend, and that warming trend, it's going to continue. And of course, it's the jet stream. That's what really plays a big factor in our temperatures, especially during these shoulder seasons. So have a look at this here, your 7-day forecast. It's Friday morning right now, 7:17 a.m. You're watching the Weather Network. I'm Rachel Schoutsen, and I just want to recap the last 5 days and the weather that we have seen and the changes that we have undergone. 33.6, that was the hottest day of the year at Pearson. We saw that on Sunday. Now, as we went through the week, we felt that July sort of heat wave, and yesterday, only 17 the daytime high. It's pretty easy to see where the cold front happened. When it came through, brought us the overcast skies, really brought that north wind in. And now we're ending off the week on that below seasonal note and with a little bit of rain as well. We see these showers tracking in by about 7:45. Kitchener, you're going to be into some of those showers. Closer to 8 o'clock, they should be in Guelph. And now we're pushing back the time a little bit for Toronto. We're thinking more 9 a.m. That's when the showers should be hitting your area, Mississauga region too. So between 7 and 9, rain is going to encompass the GTA. About 5 to 10 millimeters for Toronto, closer to 15 to 25 up to Barrie. And we do have the embedded risk of thunderstorms with this system as it tracks in, especially along the Huron shores, and also another risk too, water spouts. With this cooler air moving in over the warm Great Lakes, a bit of spin in the atmosphere, water spouts are likely, especially over Huron and Erie today. Now, before we get deeper into our weather story, Nathan Coleman brings us some humor this morning. Why did the chicken cross the road? Nathan Coleman always bringing us a unique side of storytelling. Nate, thanks for that. As we take a look at this system here, this is what's bringing in the rainfall for us this morning. So this will be with us throughout the day. It is literally just approaching, but don't bank on any sunny skies today. A north wind is developing. We're going to feel cool with that. This afternoon, 16 degrees, and through this evening, 14 in Toronto. A very good morning to you. We are tracking active weather this morning here on the Weather Wake Up. I'm Rachel Schoutsen alongside Michelle Mackey. And Michelle, I'm looking at the GTA, the Golden Horseshoe. By about 7:45, Kitchener is going to be into the rain. 7:50, it's going to be in Guelph. And then closer to 9 o'clock, that's when we'll see it in Toronto.
Okay, so not great timing for the morning commute. Might be a bit of a soggy one, but I suppose the good news is the majority of the rain that we're expecting in southern Ontario will be during the first half of the day. Some lingering showers through Friday evening, but we don't want a washout of a Friday evening.
No way.
No way.
Wish this Friday evening was a bit warmer, actually. Look at this here.
We should be. And once we get past some rain and potentially some thunderstorms today, things are clearing up into the weekend.
All right, let's take a look at the potential for frost, because frost advisories, hey, it's almost October. We see them pop up right across the east. So Quebec, good morning to you. Atlantic Canada, you're seeing them as well.
Yeah, that's right. Things are clearing out, but cooling down through the overnight tonight and a cool afternoon as well. Today in Montreal, 15 degrees, and by Saturday morning, waking up in the single digits. So it might be a bit of a shock to the system, but sweater weather and hot coffee, right? That's okay. That'll always warm you up.
I agree. Ooh, a good cup of hot coffee. I hope you're having your coffee this morning as you're joining us. Frost advisories are still in place for Newfoundland as well. And we were looking at some pretty decent rain this morning on the Avalon.
Yeah, still some lingering rainfall warnings in place earlier this morning for the southern tip. 10 to 20 millimeters. That'll taper off by noon. And here's why. This area of low pressure is going to track offshore. By the way, I love this graphic. It's called PWAD, a measure of precipitable water in the atmosphere. But we have the potential of some sea effect showers later on today.
All right, Michelle, were you using your air conditioning this week?
I was. Turned it off last night, though.
Yeah, me too. Turned it off. But you know what? We're giving you a reason to perhaps turn it back on.
Yeah.
We're going to take a look at your temperature trend in your Long Ranger.
Okay, thanks, Erin. Now, we talked about the warm-up. Well, here it comes.
Degrees.
You know where we're not feeling that warm? St. John's. Temperatures low double digits for most of the weekend, and you can find out how warm it'll get in your backyard now.
All right, you're just packing up your things, getting ready to leave for work or school. Well, take the umbrella with you. It might not be raining right now in Toronto, but those showers are coming. And within the next 10 to 15 minutes or so, they should be with you in Kitchener and within Guelph this morning. I'm glad you've tuned into the Weather Network. Of course, we are feeling different seasons as we go day by day. Honestly, at the beginning of the week, we were into the 30s. Today, it's a cool fall rain, and then we're back to seasonal in through the weekend, too. Now, are those 30s going to make a comeback? Looks like we do have signs in the long range that we could be flirting with the upper 20s. Is there a potential to hit 30? We're going to chat about that. We'll show you some of those numbers. But for this morning, rain. Yeah, think wet this morning. You need the umbrella, something waterproof for the kids. It's really not the best day out there today. You can see on the radar, these showers have just been continuously sinking to the south, pushing a little bit further to the east. And now Kitchener, yeah, just on your doorstep this morning. Same kind of story in Guelph. And we are going to look at those showers along the lake shores, places like Toronto, around 9 o'clock. We pushed that time back a little bit for you, so it should help the rush hour commute. But around 9 a.m., that's when we're going to start to see that wet weather across Toronto. This afternoon, 16. Feels more like 15, 12, feels like 10 in Barrie. This is now a below seasonal day. The swings of fall, we really feel them in these shoulder seasons. And as we look ahead at this evening, looks like the showers still have the potential to linger and then sort of come back into play. So dinner on the patio tonight, it's just going to be too cool for that. Plus with the potential for showers. And we also have this north wind developing. And I'll tell you, this north wind, it's not going to feel too good. 33 kilometers an hour sustained. Sustained. That means we could be seeing gusts close to 40 kilometers. Out of the north, that is a cool wind. And as we get you into tomorrow, the rain is gone, but the cooler air is still with us. So we're 6 degrees in Newmarket, and into the afternoon, up to 16 for that daytime high. All right, the rain has not hit Mississauga yet, but traffic chaos, it has. Look at this. This is your Weather Wake Up on the Weather Network, brought to you by McCafe. It's great to have you here with us this morning. The rain is just starting in places like Kitchener, 7:46 a.m. It's 10 degrees in Toronto. We have a bit of a south wind developing throughout the afternoon, and then a north wind, a harsh north wind into this evening. And I'll tell you, it's not going to feel too pleasant out there, especially when you pair that with some rain, the cooler conditions, a big jump in temperatures. I'm hearing more and more people who are getting sick, and they're blaming the weather on that. Of course, 33 degrees this past weekend, and now only 16 with rain for the daytime high. So as we take a closer crop here within the GTA, you can see those showers pushing into Kitchener through Guelph. They are just going to be moving closer to the 401 across the QEW this morning. Looks like this stretch of the 403 out towards Brantford, you're going to be getting wet very soon. So if these are your routes that you're taking this morning, just a heads up, we are looking at these wet conditions. I quickly just want to show you the Gardner here. You can see on the Gardner that we still have dry conditions in the GTA, but within that 9 o'clock hour, we will be getting back into some of that wet weather. Within the GTA, about 5 to 10 millimeters of rain. That's what's expected today. Up to 25 closer to Barrie, around the south tip of Georgian Bay, the Bruce Peninsula. Heavier amounts here, a little bit more convection, and we are talking the potential of some thunderstorms as well. It's a widespread risk right across southern Ontario today. GTA really right smack dab in the middle of this. Temperature-wise, I wish we were warmer. A warm rain would feel a lot better, but we're not. It's only 12 in Barrie, 7 Cottage Country, 7 in Huntsville today, and just 16 in Toronto. As we look ahead and go into this evening, the showers are likely to stick with us, so any plans you may be having for your Friday night, not the best weather for that. And remember, that north wind is coming in strong. 33, that's the sustained kilometers. We could get closer to 40, even 50 for the gusts, and then high pressure comes in. So there's a silver lining in your forecast. We do have a lot of sunshine as we go to the weekend. Dealing with some incredible flooding right now. We rarely get you to take you to places like Iceland, so I thought I'd show you that video this morning. It is Friday. Looks a little gloomy outside for us today. The overcast skies are still with us, and the rainfall, well, it's moving in, and we are going to be seeing a rainy day today within the GTA. Scattered thunderstorms likely as well. We are looking at the potential for this system to drop about 5 to 10 millimeters of rain across the GTA. Further to the north, about 10 to 25. So Barrie through the south tip of Huron, pardon me, not south tip of Huron, south tip of Georgian Bay, over through Cottage Country as well. This is where we're looking at a pretty wet day today. Into the afternoon for us, 16 degrees in Toronto. Look at that wind, 26 kilometers an hour. It should be a north wind, and that is going to be pretty uncomfortable for us today. 10 degrees as we go through the overnight, 6 degrees in Barrie. These are some cool conditions. Add that north in, add in that rain, it's not going to be the greatest day today, and it's going to feel cool overnight tonight. But as we look at this weekend, there's a lot of hope here. We got a lot of sunshine coming into play. Seasonal conditions are in the forecast as well. This is a beautiful way to end off September. But what do we have in store for the first week of October? Well, your Long Ranger starts right now. On Sunday, October officially here. And hey, by the way, Nuit Blanche happening this weekend. That's Saturday overnight into Sunday, and we have perfect conditions for that. Really, you couldn't ask for any better weather. On Sunday, we have 18 degrees. That's exactly seasonal for the first day of October. And then as we go into next week, well, temperatures should be falling as we look at the normal for October, but we're not going to see that. On Monday here, we are 20 degrees with some brilliant sunshine, and we really do have a mainly dry week as we go into next week. As we look at the pattern here, first week of October, ridge in the jet stream yet again. The east set to have a mild week. As we look at the west, when we say cold here, that's only 3 degrees in Calgary on Tuesday, and that's after some snow that's likely to fall Sunday and into Monday. So for us here to be seeing 24, 22 in Montreal, even 16 in Halifax, some really enjoyable conditions for our first week of October. And all courtesy of the jet stream again. It really tells a huge story, especially when we look at these shoulder seasons when conditions are just so changeable. As we go into next week, here is your 7-day forecast for the city of Toronto. Potential that we could even see a 30-degree as we go Wednesday, possibly Thursday. All right, when we come back, Force of Nature is up. It's just around the corner. We go to Bangkok and also talk volcanoes. The rain is here across the Golden Horseshoe. A wet start to the day today and into the afternoon. Spotty showers. Yep, the evening likely to still hold on to that. And it's the wind this evening that I think it's going to hurt the most. It's great to have you here with us this morning. You're watching the Weather Network. I'm Rachel Schoutsen, reminding you to grab the umbrella this morning because, yeah, we are looking at a wet one. A seasonal weekend ahead. Sunshine comes back into the picture. A stunning forecast. We'll chat about that. And also, are the 30s making a comeback? We do see signs that into next week, first week of October, by the way, we will feel that warm up. But how hot will it get? Those numbers, they're coming up. As we take a look at this morning, though, focusing in on the rain, scattered showers, yes, embedded in that could be a couple thunderstorms, so that is something to watch throughout the day today. This is a look at the future radar, and it shows that even into the evening hours, Toronto is still holding on to some of those showers. Now, the further west you are, the better chance that you will be seeing a clear out. So to you in Kitchener, in Guelph, in Woodstock, London, yeah, we're going to be clearing out quicker than what we will see in Toronto east over towards Oshawa and through Cobourg and Kingston. Hamilton. This system, it's really not that big, but it dives right across southern Ontario, and the GTA essentially right in the middle of that. Not the best day when we talk temperatures, especially after being spoiled into the 30s with all the comfortable air that has been in play and the thunderstorm potential too. That is going to linger throughout the day today. A widespread risk of storms. GTA again in the middle of that. Better chance along the Huron shores here. Get a few rumbles of thunder. All non-severe. I'm thinking the greatest threats with these will probably be the gusty winds it will bring, and also you could see a heavy downpour. So for example, Toronto, 5 to 10 millimeters of rain expected, but if we do get some thunderstorms through here, well, that's when those totals can really increase. And then let's say Hamilton still stays with that 5 to 10 because they don't see any thunderstorms. The nature of thunderstorms. Yeah, we're still talking about it, but not for long, not for long. As we look ahead at this evening, yeah, the conditions aren't expected to be that great. 9 degrees in Newmarket, 12 in Oakville. It's a cool rain with that wind as well. A south wind today switching to that north wind. We could see gusts over 30 kilometers an hour, even over 40 within the GTA. So it is definitely going to be feeling cool tonight. And this is the system that's bringing all the action. And, you know, it really has been some time since we talked about an area of low pressure that has brought in quite this much action across the GTA. Remember, we were into that dry streak. So this is it here. The rain, the cooler conditions, the strong winds. But here is the hope of a good weekend. Yeah, high pressure is coming into play. And this is a beautiful area of high pressure, essentially sprawling out right across the east. And this is going to bring us into a dry stretch. So tomorrow morning as you walk the dog, bundle up because it's only 6 in Newmarket and Markham, 8 in Mississauga, 9 in Toronto. But as we go into the afternoon, a much nicer day. Saturday afternoon up to 18. Sunday, same kind of story. We have these really nice fresh conditions coming into play for the weekend. It feels like fall. And then into next week, the rise in the jet stream, we see that yet again. And the warm air continues to be pumped into southern Ontario. Now, what are you doing this weekend? We have a list of events coming up for you just after your local forecast. Plus, we've made it to Friday, last Friday of September, and it's great to have you here with us. I'm Rachel Schoutsen alongside Michelle Mackey. And Michelle, yesterday I did the wardrobe switch.
Oh, you didn't?
I did it. Took all my summer clothes, packed them up into my boxes, put them under the bed and in the closet and in the next closet. I got a lot of clothes. And then I put up all the fall clothes and we're ready to go.
See, I'm not there quite yet, but today you probably made a good choice. And through the weekend as well. Yeah. Today also probably a good idea to bring the rain gear. But a warm-up is coming, but do you think we're going to get as hot as we were?
Oh boy, 33.6. I don't think we're going to get there. Oh, nowhere close. 16 degrees in Toronto, 7 in Timmins. Good morning to you. And showers have been tracking across southern Ontario this morning.
Most of the rain going to fall during the first half of the day, lingering showers into the afternoon, but also the potential for some thunderstorms here, Rachel. But they should be non-severe in nature, but they could enhance some of those rainfall amounts.
Let's talk about some frost because frost advisories are in place. Of course, October is here on Sunday, so this is not unusual, not unheard of to see frost advisories for southern Quebec and into Atlantic Canada.
And here's why. By the time we wake up tomorrow morning, temperatures into the single digits. Quebec City, 5. That's where we're starting the day. Potential for some frost in central Newfoundland as well.
So Saturday morning, when you walk the dog, wear some layers and ditch the flip-flops because you certainly need to be keeping warmer in these conditions.
I'll tell you why you might want to totally get them away just yet in a sec. But first, frost advisories, a couple of lingering rainfall warnings for the southern tip of the Avalon, but that moisture moving off this afternoon. But with that cool northerly flow, we could be dealing with some sea effect showers. But Rachel, let's talk about the good news. Let's jump into the Long Ranger.
All right, something to be on the lookout for. And as we look at our temperatures, well, they are set to rise across southern Ontario. But are you in St. John's holding on to some of that cooler, fresher air on the heat coming back?
And hey, the good news is I know our temperatures may feel a little bit cool this weekend across eastern Canada, but we have so much sunshine in the forecast.
You got
That's the good news. You can find out more in your local forecast. That's 10 seconds away. And then we take a trip around the world.
A very good morning to you. It is Friday morning, the last Friday of September. October is officially here on Sunday, and we have your forecast to get you into the new month, the temperature trends we're expecting. One question that we're asking here, are the 30s making a comeback as we go into October? Because there are lots of signs, lots of signals here that that jet stream is going to rise yet again, and we will be into yet another warm spell. So that is coming up throughout the show. Seasonal weekend ahead right now, though, and grab the umbrella this morning. If you're just heading out out this morning. Thanks for making the Weather Network a part of your day. And of course, I want to remind you that it is raining and we do want you to stay dry. So umbrella today, don't wear sandals, wear an extra jacket because it is cool. Yesterday, we were only 17 degrees in Toronto. Today, the forecast high of 16. And remember, yesterday, at least we saw some sunshine and it wasn't wet. Today, we're adding a few more characteristics into the forecast that are just not as enjoyable. Let's put it that way. Rain this morning with this system coming through. And you know, it has been a couple weeks since we've actually tracked an area of low pressure sending its way through southern Ontario. So this is rare for us to see widespread rain at this point. And you can see even into the evening hours, still holding on to a couple showers along the lake shores through Toronto, down towards the Niagara region as well, east of the GTA, out through Kingston and Uxbridge. So today, think on and off showers. The heaviest rain is happening this morning, but as we go into the afternoon, we're still not in the clear. And the evening tonight, as you're just getting ready for the weekend, think indoor plans tonight. This afternoon, 16 in Toronto, feels like 15. Hamilton's going to feel like 16. Barrie's only going to feel like 10. And we've had so many days of just outrageously perfect weather to be in cottage country. I don't think so today. Only 10 in Peterborough. Feels like 8. And tomorrow morning in Peterborough, only about 7 as we start off the day. All right, here's a look at the future radar. You can see this spin around and you can see the potential for more showers to come in throughout the evening. And we are looking at that cooler forecast yet again. And it's the wind too. It's that north wind, 33 kilometers an hour, sustained, gust over 40 kilometers an hour. When you pair that wind into this forecast, that's what really makes it feel uncomfortable. That's what makes it feel raw out there. So windy, cold, and rainy. That's an easy way to sum up tonight. But you know what? There is hope, because as we go into the weekend, this area of low pressure, it's right out of here. High pressure comes in, and high pressure is good. Sinking air. That means a stable air mass, and that's going to bring us some sunshine. Saturday morning, we're pretty fresh, 9 degrees in Toronto. As we go into the afternoon, 16 degrees for Toronto. Even places well to the north of us are warming up. 14 degrees in Timmins, 13 in Sudbury. And then we will continue to see the warmth into next week. We'll chat about that just ahead. Plus, we'll take a look at force of nature when we come back. Rain is spreading its way right across southern Ontario, and this is a timestamp here, 11 a.m. this morning, and we will continue to see those showers push across. Couple breaks into the afternoon, but showers are slowly returning here, and basically what we're seeing is the risk of a thunderstorm, the on and off showers, and also the development of a north wind. So think damp today, cool, and windy. Not the greatest adjectives to describe your September day, especially on a Friday, right? As we look here at the potential for rain up to cottage country, 15 to 25 millimeters, especially south tip of Georgian Bay down to Barrie. And then places like Toronto, about 5 to 10 millimeters of rain. But remember, we could see some embedded thunderstorms with this. And if we do get those, well, locally, rainfall totals, they can be a lot higher. Temperature-wise today, it really is incredible how the temperatures have just plunged this week. We're talking 16 in Toronto today, 12 in Barrie, only 10 in Peterborough, 7 degrees. That is it in Huntsville. It is a cool day today. When you think back to last Sunday, the hottest day of the year at Pearson, 33.6. Wow, we have taken a tumble, haven't we? This evening, 14 degrees in Toronto, 11 in Oshawa, still holding on the potential for some of those showers. They're really going to be clearing through the overnight tonight as high pressure is quickly coming into place. And this is excellent news. You have a soggy Friday, a bit of a cool Friday, but this is going to give us a stellar weekend. There is so much sunshine coming into the picture, and the temperatures will be comfortable. Tomorrow morning, yeah, this is going to be cool. 8 in Mississauga, 9 in Toronto. But into the afternoon, that sunshine is really going to feel brilliant. 16 degrees on Saturday, and on Sunday, we're likely to get up to 18. Now, your long ranger is coming up next. These temperatures, if you think this is warm at 15 and 16, wait till you see the mid-20s and when that will happen. That story's coming up in your long range forecast. But right now, I want to take things international. We begin in Bangkok, where it's almost peak travel season, though weather like this won't help. Hundreds of lightning flashes along with heavy rain and whipping gusts lashed the city Thursday.